Midge coming off the lochs and lakes in the UK and Ireland, and this is a good pattern to have, a grey midge pattern. This one's tied basically using turkey tail, natural turkey tail. You could use a dyed if you wish. You could use 2 or 3 other fibres like grey lag goose or anything like that, or bleached and dyed pheasant tail, which I've got. There's a pheasant tail been bleached and dyed and grey, which I do use in smaller flies. But in this size here, if I've got the turkey, I'll use it because it is really a nice fibre to use. And when you buy this is called Sooty Slate. It is a bit marked, meaning there's different colours. It's got a kind of rust through the grey, which is a nice mix, a nice blend. And I like it in my dry flies as much as some wets and nymphs. So anyway, it's quite simple to tie. The hook, it's quite a heavy hook. You could use a lighter wire hook as well, but this holds well in the loch when you're fishing from the boat. The 110 is the grubber. In this case it's a size 12. Thread I'm just going to use, you can use a grey thread, or I'm just going to use the black N80 Nuri. And what we do is we start at the eye and work it down until the thread's in line with the point of the hook. What that'll do is give us our measure, say the beginning of the thorax. Stay that way. Now, the rib of the fly is a fine silver wire, or small. Now, I like to tie it on the way down. Let's get some off. The uni thread, there's quite a few companies out there have got their own wire. So as I say, I just catch it on the way down. Just keep the thread turns quite close or touching. Take it all the way down to this point here. And we're ready for bird turkey. Now what I'm going to do here is around about half a dozen fibres, just trim them away. And there we are. Now we can line up these ends as close as we can. We can trim them, it's up to yourself. So they're exactly the same length. There we are. And just pull these into the tips. Pull them in as close as you dare go. That point there. So you at least get 3 or 4 turns on at these ends. And then we take the thread back up again until we're in line with the point of the hook. To there, I should be fine. Now I'm going to bring the turkey fibre towards myself. It's basically so when I bring the rib up through, it's crossing over, or crossing between each turn, and it holds it much better. And as well, you'll see the wire. Just bring it round, keep it. Yes, I lost one there. You'll always have 1 or 2 breaking on you. Just build up the body to suit yourself. Just slightly overlapping turns at this point to make it a wee bit heavier. To get to here, and then bring a thread across the turkey and straight onto the hook, and then a turn onto the hook, which will lock that turn in. Do the same again, and then bring up our wire. You're looking so around about 5 to 6 turns of the wire. That's me into my 6th turn. And then all I do is encourage the fibre and the wire to the top. Just going to remove the wire by breaking the wire off. Save your scissors. Throw away the remaining of the turkey fibre. And straight down towards the eye. And we come back up about, say, a head length, just to give her a measure. Now I'm going to use the same turkey for the thorax cover. Looking again, maybe say 8 to 10 fibres. Just line up the ends. Slightly straighten them up if you want. Come round over the top, pull it. And then just encourage this flat on the top. Bring your thread turns down again until thread turns are in line. threads in line with the point of the hook. For the wings, just basically hackle points. These are the small hackles at the bottom of an Indian cock neck, and obviously this is a kind of creamy white. Now we need two the same size, so they kind of balance. Right, there we go. It's always a pull off too many, so there we are. Just make sure they're lined up, same length. There we go. Now this is the front of the hackle on top. Just using the turkey to separate the fibres. Length of them, you're looking basically just towards the back of the hook. So we come in, say on the side, just hold them, come round with a couple of loose turns at first. Just check and see how they're going to sit. The right length, that looks okay. Again, when you're happy, you can tighten up. Trim away the excess. A tiny bit of wax on there just to, again, tidy the area up and come back up. So your thread's going to start in line with the point of the hook. Now for the dubbing, for the thorax, what I've got here is some natural rabbit, some mole fur, and some, as you can see, there's a Lite-Brite or UV angel hair. So blend it through it, just mix it yourself. It's easy to do it. Just lightly dub it onto the thread and then slide it up. Use that as the anchor point and then start to build up your thorax. Now put 2 or 3 turns in there first. Just lightly I'm stretching out as I wind it on. That looks okay, and then you can build up a reasonable thorax. You want a good or pronounced thorax on these flies. And it's just coming up on yourself, tighten it up. Leave a space for a hackle. When you're happy, you can take away the excess. Anything going forward, just draw it back. Yeah. Now the hackle I'm using is this. It's a Coq de Lion. As I say, it's a white hen neck. Now it's a lovely matte fibre. You could use again whatever you want. Just using dyed grey or whatever. This just has a lovely mark on it. These capes are nice. Now I bought the half cape. You can buy them in halves. You can buy the saddles. I've got a saddle here. There's a saddle. Again, it's another good fibre. Now we tie this in by the tip. Just draw it front of the hackle facing myself. 2 or 3 turns, pull back the tip. There's your head length, you see. And then keeping the thread tight, I can break that off. And then draw back these fibres. Put a couple of turns in. Cross your thread. I usually wind down and then fold it back. Keep the thread tight, I can break it off. Try a wee bit of fluff. Then make a space for your thorax cover, just bring it through. And keeping it flat, tie it down. And I'm going to show you this. There we are. We're happy, we can really tighten up. Trim away the excess. A bit of wax on your thread. I usually like to bring the thread to the eye and then build it up from that point into the cut ends of the turkey, so that it's basically folding these very fine cut ends back, and then we can come in with whip finish. Again, when we come back down with the whip finish, we can tidy the head area up, tighten that up, throw away your thread. So you got a flash there, but I'm going to trim it short. There we go. Nice wee pattern. Grey is a great colour. It's a colour to have. Times when the light's very dull, damp type colour. And good as well when the olives are coming off. You can always catch with this fly when there's other species coming away. Just a couple of coats of varnish on this and the fly will be finished. And there we are. And it's a grey turkey adult midge. It is a wet fly, so good pattern to have again. So I hope you enjoyed that.